Welcome to 30 for 30 with V Virtue. It's your 30th birthday.
Yeah, we here.
Happy 30th, Papa.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm Sade. I am Virtue's right hand, wife, all of that. Okay. But we're going to be asking him 30 questions for his 30th birthday. Have you realized I've been with you like your whole adulthood?
For sure.
No, for sure. All right.
Together for growth.
Forever.
Yeah.
And many more years to come. So the first question is, how are you feeling to be turning 30 today?
To be turning 30. I never really thought about it before turning 30.
Yeah.
But I don't look at age as an old thing. It's just more experiences, more wisdom. Yeah, we here. Shout out to 30.
Shout out to 30. I turned 30 in January. I'm not ready. I feel like I'm dating an older man right now.
Oh, whatever.
Would you have imagined those days in Lindenwood that you would be here today?
Those days in Lindenwood, not at all. I started out doing music first, so that's where I always seen everything going in terms of where I would be. But in taking the camera and wanting to cut out the middleman and make sure that, I ain't have to pay for music videos. I ain't have to pay for photos. That was me getting into photography, but it turned into this business, this media agency that we have today. And yeah.
So your way of trying to be cost efficient,
For sure.
into your purpose.
For sure.
I love that.
Definitely.
What would 30-year-old V tell 18-year-old V today?
What would 30-year-old V tell 18-year-old V? Oh, man. What would I tell my 18-year-old V? Sheesh, why am I having a brain fart? What would 30-year-old V tell 18-year-old V? Stay consistent. There'll be a lot of times where you feel like you're in a drought creatively. Those are just the building blocks. It definitely gets better. Of course, you have those up and down moments, but consistency will build excellence.
I love that.
So, yeah, be consistent.
Now, what would 18-year-old V tell 30-year-old V today?
That's easy. Have fun. Always, always, always have fun. And growing this business and becoming more and more business-minded with every day, second, month, year, we get busy. We're either out of state, doing a wedding every weekend, doing just a lot of our life has been making sure others look great. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure we're having fun with what we're doing, whether it's a client who we love or we just got to take it into our own hands and go out of town on our own, have some fun with our camera, or just in life, period.
I think that's something we all can learn from.
For sure.
Have fun. I love that.
For sure.
You're entering a new decade. What do you want to make out of your 30s that you not necessarily didn't accomplish in your 20s?
My 30s are for retirement plan. Retiring my wife, me as a business owner being more into the delegation of things because I'm very hands-on. It's hard for me to delegate jobs. You know what I mean? It's so hard to find people who, aren't just in it for the money and actually are passionate about what they do. Because a lot of things that we do, the reason why we're so good is because there's a lot of passion behind it, and we take this very, very seriously.
Right.
So, yeah.
And you working on your own retirement as well, right? Putting
For
money
sure.
in
I mean, this
this.
honestly, this is something that I don't never think I will retire from. So the retirement plan is mostly for the family, just to have it. But with what we do, I can do this for the rest of my life. It don't have to be to the quantity that I do today, but yeah, I can do this the rest of my life and be perfectly fine.
Okay. Well, you have a bit of mystiqueness to you.
For sure, I do.
You do?
It's set up that way for a reason.
Okay, so it's intentional.
Of course, everything is intentional. I've always been like this my whole life, so like I don't like to be really seen like that. Like it's I don't want to call it anxiety. It might be, but I hate being in large groups. I hate being seen. I play the background.
So that's the person who goes to like every festival though.
I know, but that's like with my wife. Like that's me and your time. You know what I'm saying? Like
For sure.
it ain't just me on my own. Like I'm not going. Like you won't see me. Like even when people see me and they know me, I'm like because I hope to go places where don't nobody know me.
Yeah, it blows you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want that interaction because a lot of times people like they know the old you. They don't really know the who you are today. So it'd be a lot of fluff. It'd be a lot of fakeness. And I don't have time for the small talk these days.
No, I totally feel you. So Virtue the Artist has taken on its own brand at this point with a lot of hard work. Tell me the beginning stages as to how you built Virtue the Artist, the brand that it is today.
How did we build Virtue the Artist, the brand? Man, I think it was a lot of sleepless nights. It was a lot of no income coming in. A lot of things we did in the beginning was for free. A lot of things we did in the beginning were for free, just to build a portfolio, to build relationship. Like I think that's one thing people should know and do. Build relationship. Building relationships will take you farther than a paycheck. And I know you might say it sounds good because of where I am today, but that's what I built my brand off of, relationships.
And all gain is not monetary.
For sure.
No, for sure. So, yeah.
All gain is not monetary.
All gain is not monetary. So, what has been your proudest moment thus far?
Proudest moment thus far would be 3 years ago on my birthday. My wife surprised me with my 2 weeks notice, my written letter of resignation. Excitement was an understatement. I worked at Walmart for that year was my 9th year working there. And when I first started there, I told myself I was going to be there only for 5 years. And, in life, you get comfortable in life. Things change. Everything is ever evolving. So it took me 9 years, but we were here. Now, I can't say that I was working continuously throughout that whole tenure. Like, I probably started really, really taking it serious when I started seeing money, probably like at year 6 being at Walmart. That's when I started, booking things here and there to really change my trajectory. So that's my proudest moment. And having that billboard.
Yes, that was nice. Right in front of Walmart. Like, this ain't his future no more. You heard me?
Yeah, that's a fact.
That. So with this being 30 for 30, we're not going to do 30 people. Mm-hmm. Okay, but give me the top 3 people that have been the most influential in your life.
Top 3 people have been the most influential. Number 1 would be my wife, Sade.
You just saying that because I'm here?
No. Okay. Everybody who know, like if you know, you know. Like the support system at the crib is a must for an entrepreneur. That support is heavy because there'll be times where I gotta go abruptly. Like we just came back from Houston, and that was a last minute thing.
Threw off all of the birthday plans.
Yeah, threw off everything. That was last minute. So those type of things, your partner should be able to understand and help you cultivate because they see the bigger picture with you. So my wife is number 1. Number 2 would be my boy Fame, because in meeting Fame, it rejuvenated and sparked my passion for this again. Because a lot of things as an entrepreneur and as a creative first, like it could get real redundant, like doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So me and Fame, it really sparked and rejuvenated something in me again where I can, know that we having fun, we being creative, we doing this, we doing that. And also, too, what it did is made sure we were able to come together because we didn't have egos, and it helped propel, I would say, both of our businesses. We able to take on way more clients now because of the relationship that we have, and we can trust each other. Number 3 would be my boy Terrell, my brother, from the days of working overnight at Walmart, Juice Aisle, talking about our dreams 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying, to taking a Nissan Altima down the North Carolina for our boy Felipe, shooting music videos. Wasn't getting paid. We just off the strength, off the creation, off the creativeness of it. Trying to build something, man. Just trying to get better, learning new things, new techniques. Working with our boy Ray, doing his music videos. All those things that we did in the beginning made me who I am today.
Right. And I love the fact that the people that you mentioned, like Fame and Terrell, like they are true brothers to us. It goes beyond the business.
For sure.
No, I love that. So with that being said, what is one thing that you do, considering that you are busy? You was on and off planes this weekend and had to come over here and celebrate your birthday and all those things. How do you clear your mind?
It's hard. Sometimes I just need to, I've been a lot lately. I've been taking the time to just stand still and just in stillness and calmness. Like I told you, I didn't want to really do nothing crazy for my birthday because I've been working a lot, you know. So I feel like as a creative, those still moments where you're just able to breathe and just able to be. Because as a creative, I know for me, my mind is always racing from business to creativity to, oh, I got to do this, oh, I got to send this invoice, oh, let me do this contract. You know what I'm saying? So it's a constant level of constant. And, you know, sometimes we just need to be still.
But I think it's important to note that it's important for you to have these years where you're really hands-on.
For sure.
Because where you're going, it's going to be necessary for you to know how to inspect for those things when you have people to do it for you.
Definitely.
So, no, that's really setting you up for your future. And how do you stay motivated?
Motivation comes and goes. I can be motivated from seeing something that I like we're in this beautiful establishment, and it's a lot of it that motivates me, from the architecture to the framing of how the arch is with the window being right here, shooting into a corner. Like those type of things motivate me. So, yes, it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's easy, but experiences drive your motivation. You can't just be at the crib and think you're going to be motivated. Coming off of the Texas trip was super motivational because I got to meet and talk to and kick it with one of my favorite players who played for the Miami Heat, you know what I'm saying? That's Jimmy Butler. And he turned out to be exactly what I thought he would be like, and having conversation. Just the mere fact that, you know what I'm saying, me and my boy Fame went out there, shout out to our guy Ave who put us onto it, that we went there and was able to be in these rooms, you know what I'm saying? It's just we were in first class, and Fame said, bro, we really doing this. Like, this is really like what we talk about all the time, and like we're actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing from God for sure.
It is. It kind of made me emotional this weekend when you had told me that you were sitting at the table with Jimmy Butler, right? Mm-hmm. Because it just brings it back to full circle. We was just in our living room rooting for him, right?
Yeah, watching the finals.
Yeah, watching the finals.
Crazy.
And then that picture I saw of you and Fame when y'all was toasting in first class, I loved it because we know faith without works is dead. But Definitely. To see it, it's a whole different thing. It motivates others to be like, you know what, I can go out here and get it.
And this is why I say sometimes you got to be still, because in these moments, you have to be in them because they're moments. You know what I'm saying? Like when we went out to the restaurant in Houston, with Jimmy and his crew, you know, of course we couldn't record, but that's a good thing.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully, that's a good thing. You're just able to be in, you know, the moment and laugh and have experiences, share a conversation with people who you didn't even know you were going to be here a week ago. You know, it just happened, you know what I'm saying? And those experiences is what really is going to shape you to being the person you are today.
Sure. It's okay to know that whether it was recorded or not, it still happened.
Facts.
It still happened.
That's a fact.
So to bring it to a lighter note, you do have a strong music background. You do have a very good music ear. What is your top 5 favorite songs right now? 30. What is your top 5 favorite songs right now?
Jen Neo, Called It Love. Check that out.
You play that to death.
Yeah, that's my song. Coco Jones' whole EP. Shout out to Coco Jones. If you haven't noticed by now, if you know me, you know I'm an R&B guy. So these are all R&B. I do listen to hip hop though. So I would say Gunna's album for sure. The album is really, really good.
It is.
Surprisingly, but it's really, really good. Who else? I don't know. I don't have nobody else. That's the only people I've been listening to.
But songs, not
Lately.
just artists.
I know, but I can't really name the songs because I don't know the names of them. So I just know the people who I frequently listen to.
Okay. So with that being said, what is the best advice that you would give a young entrepreneur entering into your field right now?
A young entrepreneur, what advice would I give them?
Yes.
The advice I would give them, I think I said this earlier, is just be consistent. Like, don't ever think that you're not doing enough. As long as you're on a steady path, continuing to do what you want to do, it's going to happen for you.
Stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused. That's what anything. Consistency is a must. That's the only way you're going to see growth. You can't just do it sometimes. You got to do it all the time. It got to be something you live and breathe. You know what I'm saying? Pick whatever you're doing.
I think
just do it.
Jim Jones said it best. Consistency will carry you where your motivation can't sometimes.
That's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact.
I love that.
That's a fact.
I live by that quote.
Because doubling back, I don't think I was motivated before we went to Houston.
No, you were not.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah.
Right.
Sometimes, yeah, it would do that.
It would. I love that. Now, what is the best advice you've received?
Best advice I received, I've held this in the back of my head for forever on this journey. It was a young lady named Lizzie. When I first started out doing photography, I was just reaching out to people, just wanting to shoot, just to, build a relationship and also get better with what I was doing, just learning and growing. And I think I was 10 minutes late to the shoot, downtown Norfolk at the Pagoda. 10 minutes late to the shoot. And once I got there, once I came up to her, greeted her, she was like, I just want to tell you something. And don't take this the wrong way. And this was young me too. Just don't take this the wrong way. She was like, never be late. You never know what people did to create the time to bring you, to create the time to be able to do this. You don't know what they have to do after. Always be on time. Respect people's time and what they have going on. Don't just think it revolves around you. And that's why I'm always on time to this day. I arrive 30 minutes early.
I love that. But I think most importantly, you had to be in a humble place to receive that.
Always.
Imagine if you were just like thinking that you was that nigga.
Well, I've never thought that. So I'm always going to be humble and take, what somebody says, even if I disagree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if we have a difference in opinion, I'm not too high to take criticism where you think it's needed.
No, for sure. 80% of success is showing up, but you got to show up on time.
Facts. Always.
Always. With that being said, if you had 30 meals a day, what would you do?
30 mil today, I am creating a trust for my kids, putting that up. Secondly, getting an accountant. Thirdly, I'm going to buy we're going to figure out somewhere, going to get with somebody, we're going to buy some land. We're going to put an estate there. I'm going to do that twice. So I want to get another piece of land, and I want to put like a community of like 40, 50 houses that we can profit off of, and do things the generational wealth way.
I love that. And who would you, because they always say that people can't take everybody with them, but if you had 30 meals, who would you absolutely look out for? Well,
for sure. The people on my team, they'll get between like 50 to 75,000. Some of them might even get 100K. For real. So that goes for Fame, Terrell, Garrett, Brandon, my boy Dre. Who else? I probably would even do as much as like if I just seen somebody on the street, or like we was at a restaurant or something and the waitress just was good.
You giving her $1 million?
No. But you might get tipped like $10,000.
Oh, okay, that's one thing. But $1 million is totally different.
So yeah.
Where is we eating at to give her $1 million in a tip? Let me know what's up. I'm gonna help you with that.
We right at Wayne King.
No sir. Sick of it.
Wayne, stop.
Your ideal day. Walk me through, what does that look like for you?
My ideal day. It's gonna sound boring to most people, but I'm getting up around like 9 or 10. Most times I'm on the phone with Garrett early in the morning, just chopping it up, talking business stuff and creative things like that. So I'm getting up around 9 or 10, probably on the phone with him. Walt Loopy, which is my dog, Lupe. Get his kibble with his berries, strawberries, all that. Some sardines in there. Going to the track for an hour run. Get back home, take a shower. And ideally, I'm going to park it on the couch, and I'm going to watch some shows.
What's one of your favorite shows?
One of the favorite shows right now is From.
That scary show?
Yes, that show is amazing.
That show is demonic.
Jack Reacher just came out, the final season. I got to check that out. But From is definitely, that's my favorite show right now.
Now, I know that we're very, modest, humble people. But, when it comes to you, I'm going to always pop it, okay?
For sure.
So, in a world where you are 100% that nigga, okay, how do you stay humble?
I don't think it's a purpose of, not a purpose, but I don't think it's a thing of me being humble. I always been this way. So I don't know the other side.
But when you are, for example, when you are having great success, right, and you know where you come from, how do you make sure that when you get in your bag that you don't stay in it to the point that you, start?
I mean, honestly, I really can't tell you. I've been this way my whole life. I've been this way my whole life. From every time, we see success all the time, but I never get to the point where I'm like, oh, yeah, I think I'm better than everybody else or something like that. You know what I mean? I know where I came from. I know the streets I come from.
Right.
I know the duplex I come from. I know no lights, no water. Candles, all that. I know all that. So it's I'm never going to be too big because I know where I started.
I think that's what gives us humility.
For sure.
Is that we know where we started and we know what we're not going back to.
Definitely.
So to be so much on yourself, it's like you already starting your downfall.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I love that. So with that being said, if you had to have a meeting with anyone for 30 minutes, who would you choose and why?
Have a meeting for 30 minutes. I never even thought about that. What I want to have a meeting with and why?
All the YouTubers you watch.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to meet with them though. For 30 minutes. Okay, let's meet with shout out to YC Imaging. Let's meet with YC Imaging.
Why?
I would just want to tell him that he's a big reason of who Virtue is today. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because it's a person who don't know you. Mm-hmm. But in the early beginning stages of this thing, I modeled a lot of what I did camera-wise off of him. Yes. He had a Sony A6300. I went to go cop the Sony A6300. He had the Rona M. I went to go cop the Rona M. So in watching him, since I didn't have somebody who I could physically touch, have a mentor from, that was my mentor in those early pivotal years as a creative in the camera world.
No, for sure. You watch so much YC Imaging. I thought he was our roommate.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Really, he was always playing in our house. What would you say? Because I believe that every person has different layers to them. And I believe that every person shows different sides of themselves to other people. What would you say are the 3 layers to you?
So the first one would be a husband. That's the person my wife sees. Silliness too. That's what you see.
I do.
What would you say the third thing is?
Well, that's all one. I feel like you don't show people your silliness, your silly side.
No, you gotta know me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you gotta know me. We ain't just.
You're very protective.
We're not just being silly.
You're very protective.
Yeah, I'm protective of you.
Yes.
And I'm protective of like and how I carry you. I see myself like when I'm out and about and there might be like famed peoples around who might be women. I carry them like I carry you in terms of like, nah, we ain't walking too close to the street, or you know, nah, why you behind us? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, yeah, so yeah.
And I think what I love that I have been able to witness is your assertiveness when it comes to your business. Your business has truly blossomed because you're so low key, like you're so chill, and I'm the more like assertive personality, like nah, we ain't doing that, and da 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 da. But you have truly over the years have grown into your own man because we've been together since you were in 11th, I was in 10th grade.
For sure, since
but
high school.
I've seen you grow and blossom into like a businessman, and I love that.
I love you too.
I ain't say I love you, I said I love that.
I love you too.
But I love you too.
I love you too.
I think we got a couple more questions. If you had to say that you listen to an album, one album, because this is like business music as well, at least 30 times, which album would you say you listen to that many times and why?
Drake's Nothing Was the Same. Pivotal album.
Oh my God.
You
working at Walmart.
Working at Walmart overnight. Me and my boy Terrell. I went home, burnt the CD.
I know, because I told you, I was like, it dropped.
And put it in the car. This was before streaming. Put it in the car, and we listened to the first track, Tuscan Leather. It was a wrap since then. Forget about it.
So that's why people say that Drake is your number one and J. Cole is number two for you.
No.
That's why
J.
they
Cole
say
is
that.
number one.
Is he?
J. Cole is number one, yes.
I think he's 1B.
No, he's definitely number one.
Nobody gets more play.
He's definitely number one. He's number one. Stop playing.
Nobody gets more play. Now, who would you say were the three most influential people in your 20s?
Three most influential people in my 20s? It was you, Terrell, and I would say my boy Dre. Dre started working with him like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
But like, you know, seeing him do what he's done business-wise really influenced me to really get my minds on track, for sure.
Give me a time where you were on set and you had to be very quick on your feet.
And
how did it turn out?
One time I was doing a wedding. This person doesn't know this because they love their wedding. I worked with this person again after. We were shooting a wedding. During the ceremony, it was my fault. I didn't plan well because the wedding was only 3 hours. Only was booked for 3 hours. So I didn't plan well. I didn't charge my batteries. So in doing so, ceremony starts. We're up at the ceremony, bride and groom. My camera dies. Battery is no more. I can't turn it on. It won't work. So what I did,
feeling in this moment?
I was nervous, but you gotta be quick. So I held my camera right in front of me, put my phone up, and started recording from my phone. And I knew instantly what I was gonna do in post to make it look great.
How did they not see the phone?
Throw a film filter. My Blackmagic is huge, so yeah.
So you put your phone
right beside it,
the camera lens, and they never knew.
Nope.
And they loved it.
They ain't paying attention to me.
And they loved it.
Of course they loved it.
That's hilarious.
Of course they loved it.
That is hilarious. Well, last question. Well, no, two more questions. You just okay, be easy on me.
Come on.
You just got a creative tattoo yesterday. Do you feel that as a creative, you are really having the liberty to be creative often?
No, not at all. We work with clients who, you know, they pay us all this money, but they don't give us creative control most times. They like your work, but they want it done differently than your work. It's almost like, bro, just go find the person who did this, what you like, and pay them. You know what I'm saying? But I take a lot of pride in making sure to execute those ideas. But yeah, the creativity in it is limited. Like, especially when we do weddings, like a lot of people pay us all this money for them not to listen. Like, not to listen to the ideas to make this better. Like, I've been doing this a while. I'm not going to steer you wrong. And it irks me because I'm passionate about it. Like I want everything to be, I want it to hit, like I want it to look a certain way. But if you ain't giving me what I need, at the end of the day, I'm only going to ask twice, 3 times. And then I'm going to be like, all right, you just get what you get now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And last question, what do you want your legacy to grow to be?
What do I want my legacy to grow to be? That's a loaded question. I've never even thought about that before. I don't know. I hope I would leave a imprint on the people's lives that I've come in contact with. I hope that I can build this business so big that my kids could run it if need be. Like, I don't want them to be limited to, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to college.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I want them to have limitless possibilities, an endless supply of things that they could pursue because of the work and foundation we've laid. You know, so, yeah.
All right. Well, I love that. Thank you for allowing me to interview you. I know it's so hard for you to come from behind the camera.
Of course.
But I'm happy that you came from behind the camera because you do have a lot to say and a lot of, gems to drop. And that's a wrap on 30 for 30 with V. Not the peace.
Perfect.